First, I want to welcome to the stage officially this time around Joe Edwards, who's the chairman of the Loop Trolley. So everyone, please give a big round of applause for Joe, and we'll get started.
What a great day. Welcome to the dedication of the Loop Trolley, a 2.2-mile fixed-track vintage trolley system that runs from the library in University City through the Delmar Loop to DeBoliver Avenue, and then south on DeBoliver to the Missouri History Museum in Forest Park. Trolley lines attract tourists and residents who support economic development and arts and cultural institutions. Visitors reach their destinations more easily by simply hopping on a trolley. The ease of access stabilizes neighborhoods and improves the quality of life of those who want to live and work in livable, walkable communities. The trolley itself is an attraction. It is a clean, environmentally friendly form of transit, and the newly restored trolley cars are stunningly beautiful. This exciting project is a prototype for connecting other neighborhoods in St. Louis to each other. The Loop Trolley will be a source of pride for the metropolitan area. It's a forward-thinking project in a multi-jurisdictional district that includes the City of St. Louis, University City, and St. Louis County. Everyone is working together for the common good. It's quite a story, a great example for any city. Just a few of the extra pluses of this project include DeBoliver has been beautifully transformed. The St. Vincent Greenway bicycle path and pedestrian path now goes into Forest Park, great thanks to Great Rivers Greenway. 110 new trees and thousands of new shrubs have been planted along DeBoliver. The roundabout in University City near City Hall has solved major traffic flow and pedestrian safety issues. Two 60 to 80-year-old bridges have been rehabilitated over Metrolink at the Forest Park Station and the Delmar Loop Station. New natural gas lines along part of Delmar replaced century-old cast iron lines, a huge safety factor for the next century. New street paths and sidewalks have been constructed, and engineering studies to improve traffic flow in the district were achieved and then implemented. A short history of trolleys in St. Louis. The first streetcars were pulled by horses. In 1886, St. Louis got its first cable cars. In 1889, the first electric-powered streetcar ran along Lindell Boulevard. It was an immediate hit, and yes, trolleys went into Forest Park. In the 1920s, about 1,650 streetcars ran along the 485 miles of tracks in and near the city. Lines ran to Florissant, Creve Coeur, Alton, and Belleville. They ran across Eads Bridge and McKinley Bridge and down almost every major street. Neighborhoods were built to be near them, and large apartment buildings sprouted at junctions and turnarounds. Today, that is starting to happen again. Many young people and retirees, actually people of all ages, look forward to that type of neighborhood experience. The Loop Trolley connects one of the 10 great streets in America, the Delmar Loop, with the #1 city park in the United States, Forest Park. It really is back to the future. Now I'd like to introduce Kevin Barbeau, the executive director of the nonprofit Loop Trolley Company, who is operating the trolley.
As Joe said, I'm the executive director for the Loop Trolley Company. I joined the team early last year. Myself and our director of operations, Tiffany Manning, who's hard at work at our office preparing for our operational service, are the longest tenured members of our team. In that time, we've assembled what I feel is a really great, strong, and safety-minded team that's going to bring this project to fruition very soon. Among the team, we have 6 full-time employees and 10 part-time employees. So while we're a very small shop, with a very important project to oversee. We're diligent and safety-minded in every aspect of what we do. For that reason, you may have seen we will not be performing passenger service today. It was an early morning call after assessing the weather conditions that if we've waited this long, we can wait one more day to allow our passengers to get the best first ride as possible. This project has been important for me personally. My wife, who I must thank because pregnant with our first child, she's dealt with long hours on my end and done so very supportively. But the project itself is a startup in the truest sense of the word. And with any startup, there are hiccups and there are problems to solve, and the team that we have and the support that we have, both from project consultants, our friends at Metro who supported us during the construction and testing phase, and of course, our partners at the Federal Transit Administration and Missouri Department of Transportation as State Safety Oversight Agency were vital in bringing this project to fruition. We look forward to taking everyone on a ride in the very near future. Please pay attention to media outlets, our own Facebook page, looptrolley.com, and our social media outlets for more information on when you can ride. Overall, I just wanted to say that for those of you who have not been able to be aboard, from one who has, this truly is a unique and exciting development for the Delmar Loop, University City, and St. Louis City. Besides the act of actually taking passengers from Forest Park into the Delmar Loop, we recognize this as a great development opportunity for the alignment, not just on it, but in the neighborhoods surrounding it. And our goal and promise is that as we go deeper into service, solidify this service, that we will be reaching out to the communities, identifying ways that we can work together, build it up, improve residential and commercial presence in and around the loop trolley alignment, and essentially make this an area as great as it is now even better. Every day we step out there and every day our operators take passengers aboard. I'll be back to speak a little bit more about what our long-term plans are, but first I'd like to hand the microphone over to Tom Sieckhaus, who is the Vice President of Clayco. As some of you know, Clayco was our first large dollar sponsor for the Loop Trolley Company and has been very supportive and very helpful in getting us to this point. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Today's a big day. It's a very big day. Hard work has finally paid off for all those who had the vision and the foresight to dream big. And this dream has come to a reality for not only University City, but the City of St. Louis will benefit from the Loop Trolley operating, not to mention the local businesses. Persistence, stamina, creativity, and passion. All those are good adjectives to describe Joe Edwards and his team. He's great for this community. And congratulations again to Kevin Barbeau and his staff, as well as the Loop Trolley Board, for sticking with the plan and being diligent to make sure the trolley system will run safely and efficiently. The opening of the trolley will have a huge impact on the local businesses, not to mention all the people that live, play, and will visit this region. Clayco is very proud to be the sponsor of the Loop Trolley, and this goodwill in the community is important for the goodwill and growth and development of this region. Okay. With normal business operations starting, we are certain this excitement will help stir additional goodwill in the community, and the additional donations and support from local businesses will help for future success of the trolley, and Clayco plans to be instrumental in helping with that effort. I would like to introduce Lee Woods, Tom Schmidt, and Carla Carroll.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank everyone for being here today to help us commemorate history. Today is very special for me personally, and I'll just take a minute to tell you guys why. So 5 years ago, right across the street, I opened my first business, Cocktails, a Beauty Bar. And I had no idea what I was in for, and I knew even less about the trolley. So let me tell you firsthand, I heard the rumors, the skepticism, and I knew the naysayers personally. But I want to thank God for a little thing we call optimism. I think it's Oprah that just quoted the powerful Michelle Obama saying, "We have a responsibility to be optimistic." I learned early in my plight to be an entrepreneur and a leader. So I want you to do me a favor. I want you to take out your phones and I want you to take a selfie. And today I want you to post that selfie on all of your media outlets and hashtag it, "We love the trolley, shop the Delmar Loop." Do it for those of us who endured this process through and who made it to this day. Wish it well because we know that our thoughts will mold the day. The trolley will be monumental for all of us, our community, our city, and it will be successful. Not easy, but it will be successful. So hang in there because I sure have. And rain, sleet, or snow, the trolley will roll.
Hi, all. My name is Tom Schmidt, Salt and Smoke down the street. On behalf of the businesses and the University City side of the loop, I just want to say how happy we are to have this landmark transportation system in our district. Joe Edwards first presented the trolley to me in 2004, and that was after many years of planning up to that. The vision, hard work, and perseverance of him and so many others to see this through is unparalleled. We're so excited for the development and business that this will drive to our region for years to come. And we are thrilled to have the trolley as our newest neighbor. Thank you. This is Carla.
Hello, my name is Carla Carroll. I'm the branch manager for the Busey Bank on De Bolivar. My office looks right out onto De Bolivar, and I can see the trolley go by quite often being tested. And I think to myself, wow, we have a trolley in our neighborhood. How cool is that? I think this trolley has been highly anticipated for quite some time, and now that anticipation has become our reality. This trolley is unique and refreshing, and a refreshing addition to our neighborhood. It brings life to Delmar Loop as well as the Bolivar neighborhood. I see this as an opportunity to bring new faces and business to our neighborhood businesses. The trolley creates a union between the Delmar Loop, the Bolivar neighborhood, and Forest Park. I look forward to the unity of the connecting neighborhoods, the advancement of the area, and this unique opportunity that sets us apart. Next, I would like to introduce Kitty Ratcliffe.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here with you today. I'm Kitty Ratcliffe. I'm the president of Explore St. Louis. And I know there are a lot of people in the audience today who are very excited about this project, but I represent the tourism industry, and I have to say that I think that we got you beat. Because 26 million people come to St. Louis every year for a lot of different reasons. They come to visit St. Louis for the wonderful tourism assets that we have. And they spend a lot of money when they come into the region, over $5.8 billion in new money that comes into the St. Louis region. And we have incredible tourism assets, and they're spread throughout the region. They're spread throughout the city and the county of St. Louis. And many of them are housed in unique neighborhoods, separate and apart from other neighborhoods. The Delmar Loop is certainly one of those neighborhoods, named one of the greatest streets in America by the American Planning Association. And the Central West End on the east edge of Forest Park is another one of those great neighborhoods. And in between sits this beautiful jewel that we know as Forest Park, which houses some of the greatest cultural assets, not only of St. Louis, but of the entire country. And for a visitor to get to those neighborhoods and to all those assets, of course, transportation is key. The access for someone who didn't come with a car is essential. I see here in the audience today Susan Troutman from Great Rivers Greenway, and she's been working really hard to create some of that access through wonderful bike trails throughout the community, one of which comes right along this way. And I see Leslie Hoforth here, who runs Forest Park Forever, and all of the wonderful assets in the community. What a great turnout from everybody to come together to say, this is a project that creates that access for the visitors to our community to reach all of the assets that we have that make this such a great place to visit. You know, there's a thing about transportation, and there's lots of forms of transportation, but the trolley is fun. And if you've seen anything that's been going on in this community lately with the Lime bikes and the bird scooters, people love fun forms of transportation. And that's another asset that this project actually brings. It's not just traditional transportation. It's something that people are going to actually want to do and get excited about doing. And a little bit of nostalgia come back in with it. You know, lots already been said about Joe Edwards and the board of the Loop Trolley Company and the staff who've worked so hard. The perseverance has been used, that word has been used a few times, and I was going to use it myself. Because projects sometimes like this are hard to do. You have to pull a lot of people together, and you know, you've got to have everybody on board, so to speak, the trolley. So my congratulations to everybody who's worked so hard on this. First and foremost, Joe Edwards, of course, the key leader on this. But you know, I look down in the front row right here and I see the second largest advocate for this project in the entire region, and that's Kim Tucci, who's been by his side all along. Kudos to Kim, who loves this project and tourism. All the members of the board of the Loop Trolley, all the members of the staff and others who've come together, Metro, I see Chris Poehler here, who put a lot of work into this over the years. So many in the room, and I'm missing many. I also saw Alderman, here is over here, County Councilman Pat Dolan here, representing the region. You know, this is a project that brings the city and the county together and unites us in a way that many projects in our region do not do. So congratulations to everybody who supported this. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce two representatives of that coming together, the two mayors of the cities that this trolley will go through, Mayor Terry Crow and Mayor Lyda Krewson.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Kitty. Today's dedication sort of brings our trolley full circle because, as most of you know, the Loop got its name from being the turnaround spot. We've not been with trolleys now for about 70 years, as I understand it. We are glad to have them back. You know, the neighborhoods along the Delmar Loop trolley track have ebbed and flowed over the past 70 years. Now we have a Delmar Loop that is surrounded by vibrant neighborhoods, diverse businesses, and a world-class educational institution. The opening of the Loop Trolley will be one more step in the success of the Loop itself. This is an exciting time not only for all of us in the room, but for our entire region. As Kitty indicated, the Loop Trolley will provide one more means to get people from our gym in Forest Park to one of the 10 greatest streets in America. And speaking on behalf of the people of University City and the businesses in University City, we are so excited to have every opportunity to bring more people to the Loop to hang out, to dine, and to shop. I want to take just a moment and also thank my predecessor, Shirley Welsh, who is here. She spent a lot of time on the Loop Trolley as well. And I think probably to many of the people in the room, this may go without saying, but if you take a look at this project, this is an example of what our community can do when we all work together. Because this has been a partnership between the City of St. Louis, the City of University City, the county, the state, the federal government, and private donors, all working together to bring this to fruition. So on behalf of everyone, let's get the cars rolling. I'd like to turn over the program to my friend, Lyda Krewson.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here with you today for the official opening of the Loop Trolley. There are so many of you in this room who have been involved in this over the last maybe almost 20 years since we first began talking about the Loop Trolley. And I see those of you who were here 20 years ago and 15 and 10 years ago. Ben, I see you're here, and Mayor Welsh is here, and John Myers is here, and Chris Poehler is here, and so many of you are here who have been here all along. I'd also like to recognize a couple of folks here. I see Alderman Frank Williamson right here. Frank has been with this project all along for the last 16 years. I'm not sure the exact number of years, Frank, but thank you for that. This is definitely a group sport. And I also want to recognize Alderwoman Heather Navarro, who's the 28th Ward Alderman, who's been supportive and brought this project home for the last year and a half, give or take. So this is such an important project because this connects the University City Loop to Forest Park. Many people have said this. But the other thing that this project has done and is continuing to do is to really spur development all along Delmar. More than one developer has said to me, oh, I bought that building because the Loop Trolley is going to run there. Even Maxine Clark, who I don't see here today, talked to me a year or so ago and said she has a Delmar Divine project. Some of you know where this is, the old St. Luke's Hospital. And she has been very enthusiastic about that project because of the Loop Trolley, because it provides this connection. So nothing more important, I think, than connecting our natural assets that we have, Forest Park and the Loop. Some of you 20 years ago remember that the Loop looked nothing then like it does today. This project wasn't here, the pageant wasn't here, Neil's project across the street in Tavlo wasn't here, and Pie Pizza wasn't here. So much has happened, and I think sometimes we tend to look at where we are today and not think back to how far we've come. And this Loop Trolley has really helped us to glue all these pieces together. So I'm thrilled to be here with all of you today for what is in a minute going to be the Golden Spike. We're not going to nail it into the stage. Joe put the kibosh on that. But at any rate, thank you for being here, and thanks to all of you who have been with this project over many years and who recognize the positive impact that this project is going to have on our entire community, both University City, the City of St. Louis, Forest Park. Thank you all. Really appreciate the opportunity to work with you over the years. Thanks.
Well, just in closing, I'd love to thank everybody that came here today. I'd like to thank everybody that worked on the project through many, many years. There's one person in particular that gave me advice early on, Les Sturman. I really, 21 years ago when I started this, about a year later, I asked him, is there any chance that this actually could happen? Is it worth pursuing and spending the time to try to line up the financing? It was important to me that the financing be lined up not through general revenue, so it have to come from transit-only funds that couldn't be spent on education or healthcare and all. And that's one reason it took a little bit longer. But I asked Les, and he said, sure, it can. It's a long shot, but go ahead. And I'm sure all the work he's put on since that time, he's probably scratching his head, should I have said that? But thanks for all of your support through the years. And Chris Paler and everybody, Kim Tucci, Ben Uchitel, have been there for the longest time. And everybody else. There's so many good people that worked on this, it's impossible to say them all. But it's just pretty exciting time, and once again, thank you very much. I'm going to turn it back over to Kevin Barbeau.
All right, thanks so much everyone for coming today. As I said at the onset, while we're intent on providing safe, fun trolley services due to the unnatural weather that occurred here today, my team is hard at work preparing the tracks for that service, and we have opted to suspend the start of operations. If we waited this long, we can wait one more day, right? I did want to just note a few items for members of the media and the public related to the project. Again, I keep on harping on it, but it's important to know, as a new transit system and a new set of safety considerations, we want to make sure to get the message out there that for those driving, those bicycling, those walking, please pay attention to the trolley tracks. Please observe your surroundings. We do have a gong and a horn on there, so you should hear us coming. On our side, our operators go through a significant amount of training, excess of a month and a half of classroom and field work in order to learn the processes, learn how to react to conditions in the field, and they'll be continuing to work on those in service and out, so that we can be assured that when we're out there running, we're not putting any any undue risk to those on board or off. Thank you so much for coming, and we look forward to taking you aboard. Stay tuned for more.